No, Valve didn't kill trading, they just made it a hell of a lot more difficult. When Valve dropped their new trade protection feature, the community panicked. The idea was simple, make every trade reversible for 7 days to fight scams, but the reality, it created chaos, made cash trading incredibly risky, and completely changed the market as we knew it. This one update has forced a massive shift, leaving just two platforms as the last real options for most of us, CS Float and Skimport, and they've taken completely different approaches to surviving in this new uncertain landscape. So now, you're left with a huge choice. Do you go with CS Float, the community favorite, with an almost unbelievably low 2% sales fee, but now you have to deal with a painfully long wait for your money? Or do you pay the massive 12% fee on Skimport just to get your sale done a bit faster? With that feeling of security, it's a battle of your patience versus your profit. In this video, we are going to do a deep breakdown of both CS Float and Skimport. We are going to look at their fees, how they feel to use, and most importantly, how each one is dealing with the whole 7-day trade apocalypse. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which one is a smart choice for your skins and your wallet. So, before we can even compare them, you need to understand how big of a deal this change from Valve actually is. This isn't just another trade hold. They basically rewrote the rules. So when you trade a CS2 item to someone, they can use it in-game right away, but it is trade protected for 7 days. And during that time, you can't trade it again, you can't put stickers on it, and you can't sell it on the Steam market. But here's the craziest part. The person who sent the item can just reverse the entire trade whenever they want during those 7 days. If they do that, they get their skin back and their account gets a 30-day trade ban as a penalty. Now you might think a 30-day ban is a big deal, but think about it if you are a scammer or even just someone who sold the skin and regrets it. Imagine you sell a knife for $1,000 through a private deal while stopping the seller from taking your cash and then just reversing the trade a few days later. You get their skin back, they keep your money, and all they get is a 30-day timeout. This has made peer-to-peer cash trading outside of the big marketplaces super dangerous. This update pretty much kills instant liquidity. The whole idea of flipping skins, buy low and sell high really fast, is basically broken now. To buy a skin then sell it again, you're looking at a minimum cycle of over 2 weeks just because of these built-in delays. This has sent a shockwave through the whole economy. Every marketplace has had to react. They have to build new systems to handle the 7-day reversal window to protect themselves and protect us, the users. This is the new world we are in, and it's the backdrop for this big showdown between CS Float and Skimport. So first up, we've got CS Float. CS Float is basically like the BAV 163, but for the rest of the world. It's famous for its super powerful tools and its peer-to-peer model. This just means when you sell on CS Float, you're trading your skin directly to the buyer. The site just acts as a middleman to hold the money. But its legendary status really comes from its fees. There's a ton of listings on CS Float, and their fees are actually not bad at all. It's actually only a 2% seller fee, which has made it the king for traders who want to get the most profit out of every sale. Then you have Skimport. Skimport is a regulated European company that's built its name on being safe, simple and huge. It works on a bot-based model. When you want to sell something, you don't wait for the buyer. You just trade your skin to a Skimport bot. That bot then lists your item. When someone buys it, they get it from the bot. This system is all about making things easy and fast, which is why a lot of players who just want a simple way to cash out use it. But that convenience costs you a standard seller fee of 12%. That's 6 times more than CS Float. But Skimport has a crazy good trust rating and a ton of traffic, making it one of the most trusted marketplaces out there. So the lines are drawn. It's the low fee community side versus the high fee super easy bot side. But with this new 7-day protection, the pros and cons of which have just been thrown into a blender. Let's be real, the 10-point difference in fees is the most important thing for most of us. A 12% fee versus a 2% fee is a huge difference. Let's say that we want to sell a knife, assuming that it sells for about $100 on these sites. If you sell this on Skimport, their 12% fee means they take $12. You walk away with $88. Now let's sell the same skin on CS Float. Their 2% fee is just $2. You get $98. That's a $10 difference on just one skin. It might not sound like a lot, but imagine you are cashing out an inventory worth $1,000. On Skimport, you'd pay $120 in fees, leaving you with $880. On CS Float, you'd only pay $20 in fees, leaving you with $980. That's an extra $100 in your pocket for doing the same thing. Now, if you are talking high tier items, like a knife for $2,000, Skimport does have a lower fee of 6% for items over a certain price, which is better. So on that $2,000 knife, you'd pay a $120 fee. On CS Float, it's still just 2%, so you'd only pay $40. That's an $80 difference. The gap is just massive. Now, you do have to think about withdrawal fees. CS Float has a small fee for withdrawals, while Skimport doesn't have any fee. But even when you factor that in, CS Float is almost always way cheaper. For pure profit, CS Float wins this. It's not even a competition. So, this is where the two are completely different. CS Float uses a peer-to-peer system. You list your item, but it says in your Steam inventory. When someone buys it, you get a notification and you have to send a trade offer to them. The big plus here is your control. Your skin never leaves your inventory until it's actually sold. The downside is you have to rely on another person to be online to finish the deal. Skinport, on the other hand, is all bots. To sell, you first send your skin to a Skinport bot. Once the bot has it, it's listed. When a buyer comes along, they deal directly with the bot. The advantage here is convenience. A buyer can get an item instantly without waiting for you to wake up. For sellers, it's kind of a send it and forget it. The main downside is your item is sitting in a third-party inventory while it's for sale. Both systems are safe, but they are for different kind of people. The peer-to-peer model on CS Float gives you more control, while the bot model on Skinport is just simpler for casual users. This has always been the main trade-off. Historically, if you wanted the most money, you'd use CS Float. If you wanted speed, you'd pay the high fee on Skinport, but the 7-day trade protection has completely changed what speed even means. For cashing out to your bank account, both platforms are now much slower because they have to hold the seller's funds for 7-day reversal period. However, Skinport's bot-based system creates a unique advantage for traders who want to flip items on the platform. Because the skins are held in Skinport's inventory, you can buy a skin and relist it for sale instantly. You don't have to withdraw it to your Steam account, which means you completely bypass the 7-day lock or on-site trading. This creates a contained ecosystem where flipping is still possible. Okay, so this is the most important thing right now. How are this platform actually handling the 7-day reversal risk? For CS Float and this peer-to-peer model, the fix is a mandatory fund hold. When you sell an item and the buyer gets it, CS Float will now hold your money for that entire 7-day window. You only get the money after that period is over, and the trade can't be reversed. It's painful, but it's a necessary step to stop people from getting paid and then reversing the trade. For us traders, this means your money is locked up for over a week after every single sale. Flipping items for profit is now a much longer game. Skinport's situation is basically the same when it comes to cashing out. Now you can only list an item after the trade cooldown is gone, so you can't reverse the trade anymore. The bottom line is that the 7-day hold has created two very different environments. It has slowed down the cash out process for everyone, which hurts both platforms, but by creating a system where on-site flipping is still instant, Skinport has kept a critical speed advantage that CS Float's peer-to-peer model simply can't offer anymore. Alright guys, we've broken down the fees, the user experience, and the huge impact of this new trade rule. If you are getting value from this video, do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. The market is changing like crazy and we are going to be covering it all right here. Now let's get to the final verdict. After this whole shakeup, there isn't one single winner for everybody. The best platform for you now pretty much depends on what you care about most, so I've broken it down into 3 types of traders. If your main goal is to get the absolute most money for your skins and you have the patience to wait it out, CS Float is the undisputed champion. The 10% fee difference is just too big to ignore. Waiting a week for your money is kind of annoying, but for expensive items or if you're cashing out a big inventory, the money you save is definitely worth it. This is the platform for serious traders and anyone who thinks getting the most value is worth the wait. If you just want something simple, safe and easy to use and you're okay with paying more for it, then Skinport is still your best bet. Even with its high fee, it's one of the most trusted and simple platforms. The process of just sending your items to a bot and letting them do everything is super easy, especially for people who aren't deep in the trading scene. For those who are selling a few things and wanting for it to be hassle-free, the 12% fee might be a price worth paying. Now, for the flippers, this group's world has been turned upside down. On CS Float, the peer-to-peer model means you face a long cycle to buy an item, wait out the trade lock, sell it, and then wait for the funds. Skinport, however, allows you to buy and relist a skin instantly without ever taking a trade lock. This is a massive advantage, but it comes at a cost. The 12% fee will eat into your margins on every single flip, forcing you to find much better deals to make profit. The game has changed from speed to sniping high margin deals. Valve's 7-day trade protection has permanently changed the CS2 marketplace. The choice between CS Float and Skinport isn't just about fees versus speed anymore. It's a much more complicated decision about what you actually value in this new, slower trading world. CS Float, with its super low 2% fee, is still the king of value, but now it demands a lot of patience. Skinport offers a simpler experience and a new haven for flippers, but its 2% fee almost feels like a punishment now that instant cash outs are gone. But now, I want to hear from you guys. Which platform are you choosing? Are you sticking with the low fees on CS Float, or are you paying that premium for the flipping ecosystem on Skinport? Let me know your experiences and what you are thinking in the comments below. This is a conversation the whole community needs to be having. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. It really means the world to me. If this helped you out, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. I'll see you in the next one.